We love chatting about really accessible and doable health and fitness with you, Cole, because you just make it simple and easy to understand and motivational for people who just want to live a healthier life, even if that's by a little or by a lot. But something we haven't talked about on this show is health and fitness for the wee ones, for the little ones, and especially when it comes to healthy eating and nutrition for the kids, how we can motivate them, how we can help them, things we can do, because we all know that what we encourage our kids to do as kids, they often mirror as adults. So it's great to start young. So we're setting them up to shine and not fail, right?
Absolutely true. Recently, I heard in the news that how sports clubs would give out burger vouchers and that sort of thing for the best on ground. They're starting to swing towards giving swimming lessons out as rewards. So I'm like, I don't know what your opinion on that is, but I'm not sure kids will be running out to go, oh, I want to do the best on ground, so I get a swimming lesson. But anyway, that thought made me think about our kids and sort of what our health and fitness for our kids. So I thought we all agree that we do want our kids to grow up healthy and to become healthy and fit adults. So and that's what I'm reminded of, like Luce, what you said there. And there's a Bible verse that says if you start the children off in the way they should go, then even when they're old, they won't turn away from that. So I think that's a really important thing.
We all need to focus on health and fitness, but I think a lot of parents may be watching this video or listening in to us here on The Light this morning. There is that line where you don't want to pressure kids into feeling like it's the be all and end all. We need to make it fun and something that they actually they want to do. Not so much for the result, I guess, but just the act of being active.
Yeah, for sure. And so I think the first thing that it really starts with the parents, and the other members of the family. So who speaks into our kids the most? We do. We speak to our kids the most. You suddenly realize one day your kids are starting to speak like you, walk like you, and they all do that. So why not get them in a really positive vibe in terms of fitness and, starting them off in a health and fitness journey, even when they're young.
So you mean lead from the front, really, and lead by showing them how to do it, because I love the saying, more is caught than taught, and they will just catch it every day, day in, day out.
So you suggesting, Colin, that maybe I should be seen going out for walks instead of sitting on the couch into a packet of chicken twisties?
Well, that would be very advisable, Cal, yes.
So good. I mean, no, Shiloh knows that because Shiloh often comes with me to the pit because she loves Cole. She loves playing around. And often on days where I go when she's at school, she'll say to me, Mummy, did you go to the gym today? And I go, yep. And she even goes, good job, Mummy. Good job to stay healthy. And I'm like, thanks, baby. And we have great chats about that. And it's all around nothing unhealthy or body image. It's just about being fit and healthy. And so I think that's a great tip. Cole, what's your next tip?
Yeah. So the next thing is to make fitness fun. Our kids sort of, you don't want to labor them with, oh, you've got to go do this, you've got to go do that, got to go out for a run or whatever. But think about, what are your kids into? What do they like to do? You might find a sport that they like. So it could be something like netball, a team sport, or something more individual like dancing, or something that gets them moving. So yeah, and it might be a simple activity that gets them moving. So it might be swimming or walking or something that they really enjoy, which I think is really good. And we also want to keep it cheap and regular. It can be as simple as playing some backyard games, walking the dog, joining community events, whatever it might be, have friends over, all that sort of stuff that just keeps you active without, it's sort of that subtle activity without going too far and having to do specific stuff.
Well, instead of what a lot of us adults are struggling with, which is trying to find time to schedule in a PT session or get to the gym, what you're suggesting is more a lifestyle. You start creating a lifestyle where the family gets outside, out of doors, into the fresh air, and it becomes second nature.
That's right. It's a bit like hiding vegetables in something sweet or something nice. You're not really hiding it, but you're just doing it as a part of your life. So I think that's good. Yeah.
I love these tips. Any more tips for us?
So I think the third one is finding healthy food options. So that would be, things that you might be able to cook together. I think, when kids take ownership of cooking together, I think they really sort of use that, and they can go, oh, I've cooked this, and then they might eat it more readily than if it just served up on a plate. So, because food can be the hardest thing to deal with kids, because they can get pretty stubborn at times as to things they might like or might not like.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and then find food that you might all like, and you might all be able to eat the same sort of thing, rather than having to do little bits and pieces for everyone differently. Try and find things that combined you like, and you can sit together as a family and eat.
Food is one of the big battles between parents and children. I know in real world terms, I've had conversations with my kids as they're growing up, and the look on their face when they find out that roll-ups are not made of fruit, or that just because chips are made of potato doesn't necessarily mean it's the best way to eat potatoes.
No.
They need to learn, don't they, Colin?
Well, that's right. And I always teach the simple thing: start your meal with protein. So that might be some meat, or there's, vegetarian options. Start with your protein, and then add colors to your plate.
Yeah.
And that's sort of a really simple way of thinking about how to prep a basic meal. So, you've got your protein, and you've got some carbohydrates and a little bit of fats, good fats in there. And that's the simple way. So we can start off our kids when they're young, just teaching them those sort of basic things as well, that we need all these sort of nutrients to keep us healthy.
Yeah, I love it. So good. Such good advice. A great way to encourage your kids on their journey as well. Because I tell you what, we've got these one bodies for,
Yep.
in essence, can be a very short amount of time on this planet. And we want to live our best lives. And part of doing that is being as healthy as we can, so we can really enjoy and get
Yep.
the most out of life. And you're right, we model it to our kids. Thank you so much this morning, Cole.
No worries. I think it's really good to just finally think about, encourage them, but don't be dogmatic about it.
Yeah.
I think that can be the thing that would push them away.
Yep.
So I think we need to lead by example, and let's not be lazy about it.
Yep.
Sometimes ourselves, we just get a bit too like, oh, I couldn't be bothered. Let's just drive through
Yes.
somewhere, pick up a meal, make it, but go, okay, hang on. No, I'm trying to teach my kids some of these things. And so what am I going to do? I might have to get something out of the freezer in the morning, whatever it is, but just
Yes.
lead by example.
Very
Colin,
nice.
thank you so much for your time this morning, not just motivating the